We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again.
Former President Donald Trump held a political rally in New York City for his Make America Great Again MAGA supporters, reiterating his pledge to reduce migration and criticizing his Democratic opponent, Kamala Harris. During his speech at Madison Square Garden on Sunday, Trump criticized migrants and promised to carry out the largest deportation operation in U.S. history if elected.
On day one, I will launch the largest deportation program in American history to get the criminals out. November 5th will be the most important day in the history of our country. And together we will make America powerful again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America healthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again,
said the former president, depicting a nation beset by economic and social challenges. The former president has announced that he will impose a 10% to 20% across-the-board tariff on imports into the U.S. from China or any other country by passing the Trump Reciprocal Trade Act.
We're also going to pass the Trump Reciprocal Trade Act, meaning if China or any other country charges us 100 or 200% tax or tariff, we will then charge them a 100 or 200% tax or tariff. It's called an eye for an eye. And I will never apologize for defending America. I will protect our workers. I will protect our jobs. I will protect our borders. I will protect our great families. And I will protect the birthright of our children to live in the richest and most powerful nation on the face of the earth.
Trump accused Harris.
Kamala Harris is a radical left Marxist, rated even worse than crazy Bernie Sanders or Pocahontas. She destroyed our economy. She was an original creator of defund the police. Can you believe it? She was one of the originals for defund the police.
The rally took place just 8 days before Americans will vote in the presidential election. Polls show Trump and Harris in a tight race. The election outcome will likely hinge on 7 crucial battleground states, including Georgia, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania, where the race remains very close. Trump continued his critical comments on immigration.
One of the deadliest and most vicious migrant gangs that Kamala has imported into our country is the savage Venezuelan prison gang. Nice group of people. They got together in prison, the worst prison in the world, they say. It's called Tren de Aragua. And that is taking over apartment complexes and unleashing a violent killing spree all over America, especially in Aurora, Colorado, where we have a governor who's petrified of them, and maybe he should be. But now they've even taken over Times Square.
He also alleged, incorrectly, that the Biden administration lacked funds to respond to a recent hurricane in North Carolina due to excessive spending on illegal immigrants.
To his and her egregious hurricane response, the worst response in North Carolina and other states since Katrina, but I think it was even worse than Katrina. They haven't even responded in North Carolina. They haven't even responded. There's nobody. They don't see any FEMA. You know why? They spent their money on bringing in illegal migrants. So they didn't have money for Georgia and North Carolina and Alabama and Tennessee and Florida and South Carolina. They didn't have any money for them. They spent all of their money on bringing in illegal immigrants and flying them in by beautiful jet planes. They flew in. We just found out about a year and a half ago. Remember, we said, what's going on? Those planes, there are a lot of planes going over there. What are they? They would fly them into the middle of our country, our beautiful, beautiful country.
Trump's speech included familiar warnings of threats, with the 78-year-old expanding on his view of an enemy within, political opponents he claims he would combat with military force if elected. Trump said,
"But we're just not running against Kamala. I think a lot of our politicians here tonight know this. She means nothing. She's purely a vessel. That's all she is. When you see her up there talking about the grass on my front lawn, I grew up in a middle-class neighborhood and I had grass on my front lawn.
He added,
We're running against something far bigger than Joe or Kamala and far more powerful than them, which is a massive, vicious, crooked, radical left machine that runs today's Democrat Party. They're just vessels. In fact, they're perfect vessels because they'll never give them a hard time. They'll do whatever they want. I know many of them. It's just this amorphous group of people.
Trump also criticized New York City.
Since then, our federal government, what they've done to this place, what they've done to the state, and to force hundreds of thousands of really rough people into this beautiful, I call it a beautiful oasis. When I left, New York was the place you wanted to be, and now people just don't speak well of it. But we're gonna bring it back, and we're gonna bring it back strong. And I hope you go out and vote. You got to vote. It would be such an honor to win New York.